Boy, the Crypto Goon. Shout out to all my goons for pulling up once again. Back with another one. Now, XRP just reached a new high. Now, we've been talking about everything on the charts in reference to technical analysis as far as why XRP is reaching all-time highs. But there are several other things and other reasons why, right? So we know, number one, that the case with the SEC, that's over. That's gone. The head of the SEC stepping down. I mean, they were losing in court anyway. And, that whole thing is over. So that's one thing that's been holding back XRP. And, it's moved up. Now, here's the other thing, right? Ripple CEO, okay, currently, when you go down Capitol Hill, so I live in the DC area, so I go down Capitol Hill, anybody that lives here can tell you there are certain restaurants and lounges and speakeasies that you can go to, and you can, eavesdrop and meet congressional staff, right, or congressmen and women themselves. And the word on the street is that Ripple CEO is going to be the pick for the White House cryptocurrency czar, right? Now, we know how this administration is set up, or how it's going to be set up. These guys are going to make themselves trillionaires. They're going to give themselves government contracts. They're going to do things to help make themselves, more and more wealthy, i.e. trillionaires, right? So, if Ripple's CEO does end up becoming the cryptocurrency czar, we know that self-interest is going to, help XRP explode even more. Okay. Now, one of the reasons that a lot of people don't know why he's being considered, not only for his technology, but because of some things that happened behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about. So one thing that happened was, well, this was actually on the Joe Rogan podcast also. Ripple's CEO was debanked or blacklisted, whatever you want to call it, from all lending institutions. So Bank of America, you can't have an account there. Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, like all American banks said, no, you can no longer bank with us. Now, why would they do that? Now, he's creating a product that pretty much puts them out the way. I mean, they can adopt it, but we all know that XRP is something that's set up to replace the SWIFT system, right? That's another reason why the SEC went after him, is because the United States uses the SWIFT system as a weapon, right? So when you hear that, Russia got sanctions, a lot of times what that means is they use the SWIFT system to freeze Russia's money, right? They froze their capability to be able to send and receive money through the SWIFT system. Well, if they don't own XRP or the infrastructure of it, they can't do that, right? So that's what made Ripple or XRP dangerous in the eyes of the federal government. Now, the Trump administration, we know that they are like they're deemed, or people look at them like the Antichrist, but really they're, anti-establishment, right? So XRP is something that is against the establishment. So why wouldn't they adopt it? Now, here's the other thing. A lot of people think that Bitcoin is something that's untraceable, that it's its own entity and, it's, out of the government's control. Let me be the first one to tell you this. I know a lot of people do not want to hear this, but Bitcoin was 100% created by the United States federal government. Again, if you're down here in DC, you're by the NSA, you go down to Capitol Hill, they all know that, but the people that are buying it and investing it and using it as a store of value don't know that, okay? None of this stuff will ever be decentralized. There will be a government entity that will influence and own this stuff. That's the reason why, for example, if I launder money or if I use Bitcoin to buy 100 kilos from Mexico, they're going to catch me, right? Like that kid in Miami not too long ago, he stole like $3 billion worth of Bitcoin and they caught him and returned everybody's Bitcoin. Okay, so, it will never be decentralized. Now, one thing that I do want to say about Bitcoin is XRP is what Bitcoin was supposed to be. Bitcoin is slow. If you ever send or receive Bitcoin, it takes a while. It's expensive. XRP is not. Now, this brings me to the next point. There's a lot of talk that Elon is going to either buy Ripple or invest in it. The number was $103 billion. There are several articles out here that are floating around about it. He was also asked at a forum if he's going to buy or invest in Ripple, and he said no comment, right? So he didn't want to show his cards as of yet, most likely until there's something set in stone or he's actually, made the purchase. And then he'll probably say something because obviously, we look, insider trading, right? Like once he purchases it now at a lower cost, he gets on Twitter and says, hey, I just bought or I own XRP. And then, it skyrockets, right? We all know people follow Elon, especially in the world of stock trading and investments. You know, he has a cult following, and he owns really one of the largest advertising platforms in the world. So with that being said, there's a lot going on. I hope you all are continuing the dollar cost average in the XRP. It makes a lot of sense, a lot more sense. I'm not knocking Bitcoin, but XRP will probably be number two. A lot of people are saying 10 grand per XRP at some point, maybe at least $1,000, maybe more. But I'm interested in hearing what you all think, and I appreciate you all tapping in with the Crypto Goon. And shout out to all my crypto goons. Crypto Goon out.